All right, good morning. Welcome back to Daybreak. You're still trying to get someone to be ready for the show. But you're just in time for news review on this 17th day of February 2020. We'll be introducing the panelists here shortly. But just before I do, I want to take a highlight on what's happening in the two dailies. I want to begin with the Daily Nation. That you see the front page there is the Lake of Poison. This is Lake Victoria, which has ironically been described as one of the world's largest freshwater bodies, and our major source of fish is rotting as industries, institutions and fish farmers serve it a lethal mix of poisonous filth. So it's a 16-page pullout on their folding tragedy. But also, Ruto fights back as probe into the 40 billion shilling gun fraud moves to Rome. My office does not procure for any ministry or department. That's according to Ruto, as footage shows his aides were present when former Minister Rashid Echesa met Polish dealers in DP's boardroom. The story is also on the front page of the Standard. Conned in 23 minutes. That's the headline they chose. And they said that 39 billion shilling fake arms scam. And then there's a question there. Why always me? Under fire, Deputy President William Ruto admits fraudsters attempting to con foreign arms dealers were in his office for 23 minutes, but challenges detectives to investigate other government offices, including Department of Defense, to get to the heart of the scandal. So the quotation here is that other than 23 minutes in annex for months, other than 23 minutes in annex, for months, which government offices involved in the tender did the scammers visit? Did they access the DOD, that is the Department of Defense? Who facilitated? Who did they meet? Get the truth. That's according to the Deputy President. I want us to begin there, but first introducing Caleb Kositany, Member of Parliament for Soi constituency. Karibu sana to the show.
Good morning.
William Kamket is the Member of Parliament for Tiati. Karibu sana.
Asante. And
then Kimani Ngunjiri, Member of Parliament for Bahati constituency in Nakuru County. Karibu sana to the show.
Thank you.
I don't know. Right. I don't know how much information you people have, because you understand that the former minister, the former cabinet secretary, Rashid Echesa, is still in custody. The DPP says that he's going to appeal a 1 million police bond that had been granted to the suspects. There's an admission, or it appears so, from the Deputy President that there was a meeting for 23 minutes at his office. But by and large, all this is being considered as a scam. What exactly is happening from where you sit, Caleb?
Well, this scam that happened at the DP, the office of the Deputy President, it has been confirmed by none other than the Deputy President himself, that Rashid Echesa, in the company of two foreigners, visited the Deputy President's office on Thursday. He was received as a regular visitor to the office, as a former cabinet secretary, and as a Kenyan who was visiting a public office, seeking to have to meet the Deputy President, who apparently was not in the office on that day and did not even come to the office on that day. So after sitting there for the 23 minutes, he was told the Deputy President would not be coming to the Harambee Annex office on that particular day, and they left. And that is as much as it is. So all these other stories about that are going on, or rather the headlines that we see in the newspaper, are just stories. Otherwise, the DP was not in the office. Echesa is a regular visitor to the Deputy President's office, like all Kenyans visit any other office, and he was with these two gentlemen who are not seeking to meet the DP, but Echesa, I think, he was asked whether he had an appointment with the Deputy President, and he said no. Then after a while, he was told the DP will not be coming to the office, so he left. So that is where the story ends.
But one wonders, why would he be taking, whether it's a scam or not, why would he be taking people who want a government tender to the Deputy President's office?
I think you need to ask Echesa that, and you know where to find him. He's in custody. That is a question you'll ask Echesa.
Honorable Kamket, what do you make of this?
Listening to Caleb here, I think he has information that he needs to give to police. But let me say this. I'm looking at the headline in the Standard, conned in 23 minutes. This is the second time we are hearing the Deputy President talking about only. You remember only 7 billion? Now only 23 minutes. So we
what is wrong with the word only? What if it's exactly?
It is an admission of guilt, actually, that something happened, and he's trying to belittle it by saying only 23 minutes. That he met this conman only for 23 only for 23 minutes in his office.
He did not meet them.
Who met them? Wait a minute.
Well, 23 minutes, that's what he said. That he met them only 23 minutes.
No, it would be important.
So it's the second time.
It would be important not to misrepresent what has been said.
It's the second time.
Okay, let me just read the tweet. It says that the ODP does not procure for any ministry or department. The question is, other than 23 minutes in annex for months, which government offices involved in the tender did the scammers visit? Did they access DOD? Who facilitated? Who did they meet? Get the truth. Forget the sponsored. Well, some unpalatable words I may not read there.
So what I'm saying is this is the second time we are hearing the word only. Remember the 7 billion, only 7 billion? So anyway, you're judged by the company you keep. Isn't that true? So if the company you keep is a company of conmen, if a chaser, has turned out to be a super conman, I do not want to condemn him because his matter is in court, but that is what it appears to be. And so the office of the deputy president has turned out to be a sin of crime. So really, I think he must come out and tell us what he knows. He cannot escape this.
Honorable Kimani, what do you make of this? I mean, is it really a sin of crime? Can the deputy president be blamed in as far as this is concerned?
Well, I think when we are in national media, we need to be talking like people elected, to talk the truth, not bring politics and hatred. We need to be talking exactly what we think about what we are discussing. Because now I can hear my friend the way he is directing. This is not helping Kenyans. We need to find out exactly what is the problem and what happened. Because I have my office, I have my reception. And many people come, even I don't know them. They come in my reception. They want to see me. They talk other things there. Maybe even they show the document of what they want to come and do with me. And they don't see maybe sometimes. So we need to agree that it should be investigated. And I agree with the DP what he's saying. It should be investigated. And tell Kenyans the truth. You know, this issue of putting politics all the time if something have happened. You hear my friend what he's trying to put that only. That doesn't make any sense. We have to agree only. It is somebody who came in the reception. And the DP's office, everybody goes there. Even the opposition, even me, even you. I get people in the media there waiting maybe to interview or something. If you do your shitty deals there, then you cannot involve the deputy president and trying to say that he knew he should come out. There is people to do investigation. But I can say that it is not a good issue. It should be investigated in a proper way. And we should not be blinding people. Let me put you an example. I just saw in my tweet when I was in Nakuru that the car which had accident, Langata Road, tweeting straight away that that man was coming from DP's hotel. What many think, and which is not true. Why do we blind somebody? Let investigation be done. Let's not put politics in everything. It is important for us to know the conmen and the people who cons other people in this country so that we can make a good country of knowing exactly there's the person who did the ABCD, but not blinding other people because of politics or because of maybe CS of 2022. No.
And there's a letter that has been released by, or a statement that has been released by the governor of Kitui, that is Charity Ngilu, and she appears to be calling for the deputy president to quit the reasoning that he is giving on Twitter and saying that he actually needs to step aside. What have we come to? What is this exactly when you look at it from the political lenses that the governor of Kitui would be taking up the matter on?
You see, Sam, we have always said this before, that people are misusing the name of the deputy president. Any opportunity that you get to attack the deputy president, do it with whatever might you may have. Let's play back and go back to an incident, same incident, whereby people use the office of the president to con Merali, a leading businessman in this country, using a phone number that was cloned or whatever. I don't know what gimmicks they did. And Merali was conned some money. We also have a big incident whereby people in State House we took people into State House, the president's office, the seat of government in this republic, and people were conned. But not a single person, even Charity Ngilu herself, never wrote a letter and said the president should step aside for investigation. But his office was used. And maybe the president was present and in another office doing other business, but people are taken to their offices for court. And we need to accept that we have a clique of people who are specializing in conning people. They are here with us, they exist with us, and they use all sorts of tricks. Somebody may even come and shake your hand in town, and somebody else is watching. You see, I've told him. And he goes and uses your name there, and you are not going to you are not going to blame Caleb Kositani that I conned you. When you, I mean, we want to call on everybody to guard themselves. Charity Ngilu is the last person who should call for the deputy president to step aside on issues or on allegations.
Why do you say so?
Charity Ngilu is on the, if we are to draw a list of the most corrupt women in Kenya, either number one, she will not escape number one, or two.
What evidence do you have to say that?
I mean, listen, when she was Minister of Lands, the records office was set on fire. She moved with the same matchstick to the Kitui offices. There was also another fire.
How do you blame her for that?
Don't you have the records?
No, I'm asking, even if there were incidents of fire, how can you blame such...
Now, ask her how she's blaming the DP, if you want us to...
Obviously, two wrongs do not make a right here,
I mean,
but Caleb Kositani...
Let us agree with one thing, Sam. It is not going to be... We're not going to have a field whereby people are going to malign the names of others. And I'm not saying this because Deputy President is my friend. I'm not saying this because we belong to the same political party. I'm saying this because he's a human being. I want leaders to speak the truth. I want leaders to be there and speak the truth. Let us not use an opportunity that has arisen because of somebody who was trying to do his shady deals and say now Honorable Kimani Ngunjiri is guilty. When you all know you also have your own skeletons and nobody is asking you to resign. So leaders should be honest with each other.
But Honorable Kositani, talking about the skeletons, I don't think you have the evidence, and if you have it, you can table it to say that Charity Ngilu is guilty of the fire.
Ask her if she has the evidence to write that letter. What evidence does she have? The
letter says that the deputy president should stop hoodwinking Kenyans through tweets and do the honorable thing, step aside and let investigations be conducted in an impartial environment. And she opens the letter by saying that I am shocked by the revelations that seemingly fraudulent activities of high magnitude can be hatched and planned in the office of the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Honorable Kamket, without...
Before you go to Honorable Kamket, Charity Ngilu has been fined by the Senate 500,000 shillings because she has refused to heed to summons to go and be grilled on issues of misappropriation of funds for Kitui County.
But does that make her guilty?
It makes her a suspect, a serious suspect. The deputy president has not been summoned anywhere. He has not refused to give evidence anywhere. This is a person who should not, she should be the last person to try and talk about matters corruption.
Of course, she'll have her chance at the Senate to defend herself, but without involving politics here, do you think this is a fair letter coming from a state officer in the name of a governor against the deputy president?
Yes, I think it's a very fair, it's fair comment. And listening to Caleb here, you know, trying to drag in the name of the president is the Tangatanga's way of doing things. That's what they have been doing. But now
you're knowing your neighbor.
Yes, I mean I have to say it because these two are Tangatanga. So what they try to do.
What's the meaning of calling me Tangatanga here?
What is that? What they try to do is this: that because the deputy president has been caught in this very bad image of being involved with these conmen. Now they want to, Caleb now wants to bring in the name. Caleb wants to bring in the name of the president. No, that is their scheme. That is what they have always
tried. But Sam, the question is,
let's be fair and factual here. You're saying that he has been involved. Is there any evidence that he actually steered that meeting? Because the only confirmation you have is him saying that these people
whose office was
were at that office for 23 minutes.
Whose office was that? Was it my office?
And that is why I'm asking you the question.
Was it my office?
Is there any direct linkage?
Whose office is Harambee House Annex?
It's the office of the deputy president.
The deputy president. Who is the deputy president? You see, we do not have to skirt the issue. Let us say it as it is. And Charity Ngilu is simply saying, come on, give us a break, Mr. William Ruto. Do not give us stories on Twitter. This and this happened. This is what has happened. It has happened in your office. This is the second highest office in the Republic. A crime has been committed in your office. Right?
An alleged crime.
Well, so the fairest thing, according to Charity, is for him to step aside. Of course, in my view...
How does he step aside, yet he has not been named as a person of interest?
Listen, Charity Ngilu. That is Charity Ngilu's opinion. It's not my opinion.
And because you are commenting on it, I'm asking you the question.
Listen, I don't have to. I'm saying Charity Ngilu has made her comment.
Okay.
Because of a crime that has been committed in the office of the deputy president. And now this gentleman here is trying to sanitize that by saying, if this has happened in the office of the deputy president, something else happened in a state house. Come on, leave the president out of this. Let's talk about what has happened around the house.
Something happened in state house.
Okay, so Kimani Ngunjiri, I see you're a bit annoyed. So how do we exit from this without basing arguments on politics?
You see, one of the biggest problems I'd like the viewers to see, this is the parliament we have, this kind of brain. That's why I have problem with the parliament. That people who think something else, just politics, just mealing somebody, not talking the fact. I think as leaders elected, we must agree that we have institutions, and we must agree to give them opportunity to do this investigation. I agree with you that it is good to discuss what we are seeing when we are waiting the result to come out. But for my friend even addressing what is being asked, he's just in politics, because we are talking about Ngilu, what he has commented on that. And I want to say, maybe Caleb could not get the point properly, because I worked myself in the parliament as a member of Lands Committee when Ngilu was a minister. But it's not for me to come and go and say she's doing this and that. But I know how she was in that ministry. But it's not my interest, because the government is there to do investigation. When she was the Minister of Water, we know what happened. But I'm not interested with that, because the institution should follow. She burnt her house, the office, just to, we know how she plays this card. And you see...
You know, it would be fair to really table the evidence that she's the one who burnt it. And for what motive?
Well, it's been done investigation. That's why we are saying we give institution their time to do investigation. But also, when he is commenting that, we know when he is commenting that. Why is he commenting that about the deal? Which evidence does he have? Doesn't he come and write on saying that somebody should step aside? I think it's fair to give the institution opportunity to do his work. This year is working on that. And it is good to give them opportunity so that we can know, we as Kenyans. But we are blending everything in politics. Maybe at the end of the day, we cannot know the truth because of putting a lot of politics. So I think Ngilu saying that, I don't agree with it. But we want to give it an opportunity. And the people who are doing investigation, they should come out very fast and tell us exactly. Because sometimes we go on the track record of somebody. Because Achesa, who appointed him as a minister? He was appointed by the government. So he was sacked by the same government. So can we follow to see maybe the procedure when we are appointing people? How does it go? How do we do investigation? Because I had a question also myself. From when he was appointed all through until when he was chased. And the things which were being talked, the government did not have the record or the track record of following.
Were you able to raise those questions then? Because you're a member of the ruling party anyway.
I don't appoint myself.
Yes, but you sit in parliament that vets cabinet secretary nominee.
I sit in the parliament, but I don't do vetting on Achesa. That was something in the different committees.
That's true.
Not Lands. If you ask me something of Lands.
You may not sit in the vetting committee that is chaired by the speaker, but you sit at the plenary. You can raise questions, did you?
No, I can't raise the point because when already the president brought somebody, we believe he has gone through, he had been advised, so this person is good.
Do you think that's fair to the people of Bahati because they've elected you to go and raise questions on what you think is wrong and that is being done by the president and the executive?
If I did not know it was wrong, it's when now we are coming to know the track record. The person who did that is the one to be asked those questions. How did you appoint this person? Did you go through his track record? Yes, it's not me. It's not people of Bahati.
Okay.